Formula One moves away from Miami, bypasses Emilia-Romagna and comes for round 6 of the season at Monte Carlo. With the sad cancellation of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody there with their terrible flooding. The Formula One circus respectfully cancelled the weekend, the correct decision. We move on now to 2 races in 2 weekends, Monaco and Spain before a 2-week break. Canada, then a 2-week break. Austria and Great Britain back-to-back before Hungary and Belgium take us to the summer break. Netherlands and Italy straight afterwards, followed then by Singapore, Japan, Qatar, United States as sprint races, Mexico, Brazil the last sprint race, and then Las Vegas and Abu Dhabi round out the season in November. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads by 14 points to Sergio Perez. Fernando Alonso is just now clear of Lewis Hamilton and Carlos Sainz. George Russell is sneaky up in that battle as well. Charles Leclerc only on 34 points. Lance Stroll, Lando Norris and Pierre Gasly round out the top 10. On the second page, it looks like Noah's Ark. 2 apiece for everybody as well. Nico Hulkenberg on 6, Bottas and Piastri on 4, 3 drivers on 2, that being Zhou, Tsunoda and Magnussen. Alexander Albon, the last driver with points. No points so far in their rookie years for Logan Sargent or Nick De Vries. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the way by 122 points to Aston Martin. Mercedes are just behind them, but are clear of Ferrari, who are clear of both McLaren and Alpine, who have the same amount of points. Haas are 2 clear of Alfa Romeo, who are 4 clear of AlphaTauri. Williams, the last team, but does have 1 point to their name. Let's take a look around the Circuit de Monaco, a 2.074 mile circuit, 19 turns in total, 41.29 metre elevation change and just 1 DRS zone. A fan and driver's favourite. The lap begins coming out of Anthony Nose on a curved start straight and up towards turn 1. 210 metres for you on the brakes into Saint-Devote. Up the hill at Beau Rivage towards Massenet. Keep the car sort of as best straight as you can for a light tap of the brakes into Massenet at the top of the hill. Then it's into Casino Square before avoiding the bump on the left hand side of the track downhill into the Mirabeau hairpin down to second gear. Control the throttle as you come around the Lowe's hairpin or Fairmont hairpin, whichever you prefer. 30 miles per hour, the slowest corner on the track. Portier 1 leads into Portier 2 as well before you can get open the throttle as you come down through the tunnel section. Keep the car in as you adjust to the sunlight bursting in your eyes. Downhill braking zone into the Nouvelle chicane. Flick through as tight as possible. Opportunity to overtake is here. Down towards Tabac as well. Don't hit the bar on the outside as you flick the car through. Then try and keep a straight line by touching the barriers to the swimming pool chicane. Braking hard then as well. Provide a interesting little end to the lap at Rascasse as well. A tight sort of hairpin after a straight. Anthony Noakes as well, the tightest corner on the track. Booted hard towards the line with the DRS open. Across the line, and that is a lap of Monte Carlo. Hello everybody and welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix, and it is the best qualifying day of the year. Whoever can master this 3.337 kilometre circuit will be on pole position. For the last 2 years, it's been Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, but there is so much more on the line. Alongside me for this session as well is Jess and Josh, and down in the pit lane is Omi as well. Jess, starting with you, we saw this morning exactly what Aston Martin can do, exactly what Red Bull can do, but it's anybody's guess to exactly who could be on pole position here. It's looking so fun for the next hour of quali.
Well, majority of the times is that if you start on pole in the first few rows in the Monaco Grand Prix, you usually go on to win the race. It was Charles Leclerc that got pole the last 2 times, but both of those times did not go well, unfortunately. It was Sergio Perez, I believe, that won the last one, and I think it was Verstappen that won the previous one as well. So Red Bull looking good in the past. Ferrari had a better car last year. This year, not so much. So I think they need to improve on their confidence a little bit. But to be fair, Sainz looking a bit better in Leclerc in terms of free practice at the moment. So chance for Sainz to prove his worth at Ferrari once again.
And Josh, coming to you as well, we've had some interesting races with F3 and F2 with not much happened as well. Qualifying proving exactly how key it's going to be. What are you most looking forward to coming into this 3-segment qualifying session?
Chaos, absolute chaos. And we've also seen in practice 3 what acrobatic skills a Mercedes can do.
Yeah, up in the air as well, Lewis Hamilton. We're just seeing now they've put on a new front wing as well. The good news also is that there is no overall damage to the car. They've replaced the suspension area as well. But I tell you what, Jess, we were in that session as well, commentating. It was a heavy hit. Thankfully, he hasn't damaged any of the new aero upgrades, including, of course, the only one they've got of the brand new Mercedes less side pod system. Because if they spoiled that, then he's pretty much out of the weekend, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Lewis was very lucky. I think that was the same corner that quite a few the F2 and the F3 cars go off as well. So it's quite common. But I was a bit more worried about the people who either lived or was staying at that building, because imagine you were looking out your window and then you see like a Mercedes car flying in the distance and you're worried that they may hit you. But I don't know. There's a lot of marshals that know what they're doing anyway, and luckily the car is not as damaged as we once thought. But we were saying this earlier, Josh, in FP3, because of this, all of the FP sessions have been aborted at the end, which meant no teams have had a chance to do a practice start. So could be wide open tomorrow.
Could be. We're going to be very interesting as well because they're not allowed to do it in the practice session. Okay, someone is down in the pit lane with around about 30 seconds to go until we pass over. So I'll throw it down to you as well, ready for qualifying one. Is Omi. Hello, Omi. What are you looking forward to in this session?
Hello, yes, I'm just looking forward to fast laps around this great circuit, and I'm hoping for a Leclerc pole, so let's see what's going to happen. Hoping for a Leclerc pole, I'm predicting a Leclerc pole, but we're going to see how this session develops, and it's going to be really, really tight, this one. The best qualifying of the year, and most soft, and I would not be surprised if this session's result is the result for the race tomorrow, so that's going to be interesting. And I'm really looking forward to this.
So much to look forward to. So much anticipation in the air as well, Jess, as to who will be on pole. Can Fernando Alonso do anything about it as well? He was running fastest before he had his lap time cancelled due to Lewis Hamilton. So what do you reckon? Could we see something, anything from him?
Well, in the first few practice sessions, he was all right, but even Stroll was faster than Alonso in that final practice session, but we wouldn't have known anyway due to the disruptions from with the K-Mag losing power in his engine and, of course, Lewis. So who knows? Alonso may have set a fast lap at the end and beaten Stroll in that practice session, but we don't know. So I think it's nice to have more cars in the mix with Ferrari looking a lot better. I think it's going to be between the 2 Red Bulls, 2 Ferraris, and possibly Alonso, I think, in terms of who's going to get pole.
And Josh, rounding out with you as well, which of the 2 Red Bulls look the strongest as well? Verstappen, who's been complaining throughout the weekend as well that the car's not handling well, or Sergio Perez, who was winner here last year and took pole position last time out, of course, in Miami, making it the first ever time he's taken pole position outside of the Saudi Arabia area. But also meaning that he is a pretty good street car specialist. He should be named a streetcar called Sergio.
Yeah, well, the street master, as Adam would say, Sergio Perez, and he's looking the strongest because Max Verstappen's complaining a lot.
Okay, here it comes then. Here's qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix. This is the one they all look forward to. Qualifying on the Côte d'Azur. Welcome to the Grand Prix of Monaco in 2023. It's qualifying for round 6 of the 2023 season. Technically, round 7 with the cancellation of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix a week ago. Qualifying is coming up shortly, to which means we'll have 3 segments around a 3.337 kilometre circuit, 19 turns in total as well. Lewis speed is at first gear, 45 kilometres an hour, 30 mile per hour. Top speed, you're coming through that at 250 in 7th gear, coming through the tunnel as well. 44% of the lap is spent at full throttle, but that doesn't mean you're going to be automatically through. Tyre compounds: soft red C5, medium yellow C4, white hard C3 tyres as well. And no Pirelli differential in the sessions here. It's as simple as whoever gets the fastest run on whatever tyre will be on pole position. Track temperature 49 degrees, air temperature is at 24 degrees, 41% humidity, so it's moderate, 2.1 kilometre breeze coming in from the southeast as well. The busiest port in the world is Monaco on race day weekend as well. The glitz, the glamour, the highs, the lows, we're about to see it all here, Jess and Josh. And Jess coming into qualifying, anybody's guess, but my goodness me, 4 teams at the front going for this one. I can't wait for this session to go green.
And if we've seen what has happened in the support races as well, there could be some disruption to the proceedings. So ideally, you want to be the first guys out to start with to get a banker lap in, because you never know, there could be a red flag and you may not get a lap at all, and that could hinder your running going to the rest of the session, providing you probably more pressure compared to the other drivers as well. And expect, I think, a lot of traffic at the start of this Q1 session, and yeah, let's just hope they all get it through unscathed, but knowing it's a street circuit, anything can happen. And it's a nice sunny day, Josh. It's no rain. We were expecting rain today and we haven't got any.
Indeed, nice and hot out there as well. It's actually one of the hottest days we've had in Monaco this year, coincidentally enough. One thing that isn't going to be hot is going to be Mercedes' nerves, Josh. After Hamilton hit the wall in practice 3, they've repaired his car, but how careful is now he going to be, and how much he's going to put it out of his mind, everything he needs to look forward to here today?
Well, he needs to just completely forget about it and look forward, don't look back to practice 3. Just do what he's done in the past, not what he did in practice 3. Just got to roll smoothly. Charles Leclerc getting ready in his pit garage, currently 7th in the Drivers' Championship with 34 points. Of course, in all white with dashes of red suit, which looks very good. Also,
1 minute to go then, as we go, and there's a nice look at the aerial shot here at the cars and everything now being ship shape and ready to go. Down in the pit lane for us, it used to be Josh, but we've replaced him because we brought him up to the main commentary box area as well. So down in the pit lane in Tommy. And what are you most looking forward to ahead of Monaco qualifying then, Enemies? We're about to go green in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be all about getting your runs in early, because I would not be surprised if we get a lot of red flags near the end of the session where drivers are trying to fight through, or at the end of Q2 where they're trying to sort themselves out and try and find a good grid slot for the race tomorrow and get a good starting position. So that's going to be another interesting thing. So it's crucial for all of these drivers to get a good first lap in, and if you don't, then you are at risk of someone else or yourself even crashing right at the end, bringing out the red flag and ruining any chances of you getting a lap in. So it's going to be very crucial for all of the drivers. They're going to have to get laps in early, get a good banker, and then try and improve it later on, and hope there isn't any red flags, especially if you haven't been able to get a banker in. So that's going to be all about this session, but Q1 is underway.
Green light is on at the end of the pit lane, and qualifying is underway here on the Côte d'Azur in Monte Carlo. The boats around here as well. You'd be thinking that it's a national fishing crisis as well, but no, it's race day. Millionaires coming in on the boats to the best seat in the house, and there's a former winner of the Monaco Grand Prix as well. Danny Ricciardo above the driver he's rumoured to replace Sergio Perez, and an old rival of the current champion Max Verstappen heading out the circuit. We are underway, and everybody's heading out there, Jess, as well on soft compound tyre, which makes the most sense, but it means that we're going to see them use a lot of them coming into this next 2 segments of qualifying. And this is the busiest one, isn't it, Q1? All 20 cars out there fighting over the track. We always get traffic. This is the one everyone goes, yes, it's going to be busy.
I think I was expecting this. To be honest, if anyone else is not going out, then they're probably going to be in a bit of trouble. But let's hope we don't get them on the 2020 situation where they're not going to get the gentleman's agreement. But I do believe there's a limit as to how slow they can be on their outlaps and inlaps. So if they don't reach a specific lap time on their outlaps and inlaps, then they could get a penalty and be investigated by the stewards as well, just to avoid any possible issues of potential hindering on people's laps too as well. So I think the only one that's not out are the 2 Aston Martins. That is Stroll and Alonso. Everyone else is out on circuit, and I'm surprised that the 2 Aston Martins are not going out yet. But starting off their lap, I think it's Zhou Guanyu will be first, and followed by Valtteri Bottas as well, and then the 2 McLarens as well. Here comes Lewis Hamilton out on circuit at the moment. Thank goodness his car is back ready for the session as well, but he's got a lot of work to live up to after losing valuable time in the last few minutes of the practice session. But, you know, Lewis seems more comfortable than George this weekend, so I'm expecting maybe Lewis to, if he gets to grips on this car and setup, to challenge at least maybe the Ferraris potentially as well. I don't think he's going to challenge the Red Bulls, but here comes Lewis Hamilton starting his lap, heading towards Saint-Denis.
Second gear, 100 kilometres an hour corner goes up towards Beaurivage. 7th gear, 260 at the top of the hill into Massenet. 3rd gear, down to 150 kilometres an hour. Back on the path of Casino Square. 2nd gear, 115 as you head down. Avoid the bump now into Mirabeau. 5th gear, turn 5 now down to 1st gear, 70. Then you go down to the slowest corner on the track. 45 kilometres, 30 miles an hour. 1st gear corner through the Lowe's hairpin. Through turn 7 at Bass, 1st gear, 70 kilometres an hour. Through Portier. Again, 1st gear 70, then finally you can open up the engine, let it sink. 7th gear, 250 kilometres an hour as you come through the tunnel into the braking zone for the Nouvelle Chicane, down to 2nd gear, 80 kilometres an hour. You also down brake in the mid part to 1st gear, 55 kilometres an hour. Accelerate down towards Tabac as well. 3rd gear as well at 160 kilometres an hour through the swimming pool chicane as well. 6th gear, 245 as you come through then into La Piscine at 2nd gear, 130. Back, braking, 1st gear, 55. Anthony Noakes, 1st gear, 75. Accelerate out towards the line, across it. Hamilton's first lap time in qualifying is a 1:14.443. Ocon still got the top time, but here comes Russell. He goes 3rd, 1:14.331, but Max Verstappen is blowing everybody away right now as he comes out of Anthony Noakes across the line. First lap time for him is a 1:13.784. He's 0.3 of a second faster, but here comes Charles Leclerc as well on home soil. He crosses the line. Leclerc goes second, 1:14.074. Look at Sainz and Perez. Perez as well, Jess, goes second. He was fastest in the middle sector, just lost it at the end.
That is not much of a difference between the 2 Red Bulls, but Perez edging Verstappen in the middle, whereas Verstappen edging Perez in the final sector as well.
Look at Alonso.
Bottas, pre-7. And look at Alonso as well. Purple in the first sector. Is he going to be purple in the middle sector as he passes?
Yes!
Now, really? Yes, he is. 53.9. Middle sector, which will translate to a 37.4.7. And he's purple in one of the mini sets in the final sector as well. So looks like it could be fastest for Fernando Alonso. Go for Anthony Noakes. It's not quite as good as what we saw Verstappen earlier on, but up to the line he goes. P3, which is a behind the two Red
Look at it.
Bulls, but so close.
It's a tenth exactly between Verstappen and Alonso. So 1/10 of a second exactly separates the top three of Verstappen, Perez, and Alonso, Josh. That's an insane amount of time to be close. And Alonso, I think, might have a shot at pole position here if he can find it. We could see times in the 1:11s.
Yeah, it is possible, but looking at my data screen, Gasly is setting multiple personal bests, multiple purple mini sectors. His first sector time was a 19.412. He's coming up to the sector 2 timing beam now. It's a 34.743. It is nearly a second faster.
Where is Gasly finding this time as he comes out of the last corner? Takes the
Magic.
checkered, and Gasly goes! Oh, he got held up with that traffic in front of him. Where is he? Here he is! Oh, he's a 10th down. There goes P5 behind Stroll. Great time for the Alpines. Here is the classic.
Yellow.
Oh, where's this now? Where's this yellow? It's sector 2, so it's Rask. It's into turn 1 and Sandoval.
Joe.
Perez.
Oh, it's Perez again!
Oh, it's Perez.
And the
No.
track's blocked! The track is blocked! Perez has actually crashed! Perez has actually crashed! And the track
There's
is
got to
blocked!
be a red flag.
And
Red
it is!
flag.
Perez has done it again! Second year running! Checo is in the wall! And the red flag is out! He's hit the wall at Sanderford! Front suspension is broken! And Sergio Perez will start this race from the back of the grid!
Well, that's my pick a winner gone.
Well, it's changed everything on its head. Red flag out, session is suspended, and it is Sergio Perez, the winner from 12 months ago, who has put it in the wall in the first part of qualifying.
Joe was on pole for a minute, and guess what? Going into the red flag just before, we've got a McLaren 1-2.
Norris 1:13.485. Piastri second in that new McLaren livery. Perez on his lap time to lead for track limits, but he's okay. He's
Of
told over the
course.
radio. But wow, let's take a look at it then, Jess. So this is going to be a big hit towards turn 1, and look at that. He's damaged the rear suspension as well, and he's scraped the car. The actual tub's damaged. That's been a big hit. Great to see he's out okay, but that's a huge hit for Sergio Perez.
The side pod's wrecked. Here's the replay.
So he's going to come in. I think he's going to lock up, isn't it? Oh no, he just drifts it wide. Oh, that's a nasty one. Bounces
that's
back.
A big hit. Has anyone won from P20 on the grid
No.
in Monaco? No.
Never.
Rip Perez.
Well, that's his wing mirror in his cockpit.
Oh. I'm so glad he's okay though. So glad he's okay.
Yeah, on the onboard. What's his wing mirror there? Boink.
Oh my god,
Straight
that
into the cockpit.
barrier. Radio.
Guys, I crashed.
That's going to be a long repair.
Yeah, the tech pro
Yes.
barrier is
Big repair.
damaged. And there's a wonderful
Now they're-
video by Matt Amons as well on YouTube, who did a
Yeah.
feature on the tech pro barriers here at Monaco. And every few, there's a safer barrier that's got to be checked. So with that being destroyed, they're going to have to replace that tech pro barrier. So we could be under a red flag for a long time as well.
Yeah, they're going to have to go through a certain procedure now. Now we've got a Red Bull, we've got a flying Red Bull, and
Oh, we're gonna get that meme again.
Oh, there we
We
go.
can,
Look at that. Shot
Oh.
aboard.
That's got a green bit on it. What?
That's the cable lifting out, I think, in front of the camera.
Ah, right. By the way, I've got some more
Look at that!
stats for
Oh,
you.
hang on! Look at this! A brilliant view of the underfloor of the Red Bull. Everyone's going to be taking photos of that now to copy it. Thank you, F1.
Oh god. I think the Red
we
Bulls
wouldn't
are
get
gonna
that
hate
with we wouldn't get that with Tele Monte Carlo.
No, so
Nope.
look! They all know. There's like, oh my god, they just showed it. So now everybody knows what the Red Bull floor looks like underneath. Cue everybody copying it. Look, Adrian, here he goes. Oh, thanks for showing that shot.
By the way, data-wise, Verstappen's got the fastest first sector, Gasly fastest middle sector, Norris fastest final sector.
So what's the combined time we need? It should show up on our timing monitors in a second as to what the ideal lap time would be. I'm not hearing
That would be a 13... 13.3 or 13.2.
Yeah, I think 13-2 coming in as Alonso watches on. Is Ted in the news?
One down.
Ted's got news.
One less for me. A few more to go. Just a quick one on the tyres. He was saying about the tyres only be good for one lap. That's certainly what they're saying on the team radio. Esteban Ocon was asked by his engineer how many laps do you think are in that soft tyre. He says, do you know what? Really only one, maybe two. After that, the tyre is kind of gone. So yeah, that was the opening sort of salvo of banker laps. We'll see what they do with maybe just one run on a new set when the session restarts.
And that's the key thing here. Although there's 11 minutes to go, it's now concentrates the pack back up again. And also, you know, another red flag, you're on your hot lap, and suddenly, you know, threat, opportunity, you've got down in the drop zone Lewis Hamilton at the moment and Carlos Sainz. So 11 minutes is a decent amount of time, of course, on a 1 minute 13, 1 minute 12 lap. But suddenly the pressure comes on because of other people can make errors and spoil your opportunity.
And not just Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, thanks very much, Martin. As we would take a look then at current session times, as we now know, in all of this myriad of stuff we've got going on, it's Norris who is fastest, followed by Piastri, Zhou, Verstappen, Perez, Alonso, Stroll, Gasly. Oh look, there's Nico Rosberg. Not a part of the Sky F1 team this weekend. That's weird.
And then as well, good to see. I assume he's on a boat somewhere. Sort of place a Formula 1 world champion hangs out. But Piastri's...
I just wondered in case he didn't make anything. Is that Jake Humphries alongside him there? Yeah, it could be. Is it Champions League final this weekend, isn't it? If so, then Jake won't be there.
That's 31st is Champions League final.
Ah, so let's have a look then. Where is Jake?
I know that because of the train strikes.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Oh, look at that barrier. That's going to take a while. I won't be surprised if Sky goes to an ad break.
Yeah, that's good. That's a lot of barrier damage repair that they've got to do here. And it's the end of the tech.
But at least the marshals are placed everywhere due to the nature of the circuit, so that's one good thing about Monaco. So fair play to the Monaco marshals.
So 11:12 to go, so that means the session will end around about 22.
We haven't even had an indication of when it's going to be resumed yet, though.
Yeah, so whatever time it is, we've got to just add on 11 minutes.
I'm sure Josh T can be the one that tells us when he gets his day of race control.
And hopefully I'll get my graphics right.
I can tell you that the Champions League final is on Saturday the 10th of June at 8 p.m.
It must be... I guess they must have moved it. Oh, no, it's the FA Cup final on the 31st. I got my finals mixed up.
And the FA Cup finals on the 3rd of June.
Can I understand that, Jess? Of course we're going to red flag.
They must have moved it due to the trade strikes.
It was always on the 3rd of June, FA Cup.
Oh, James Vowles is talking with Sky F1. Let's have a word with him.
But that first lap is just covered in grime, so it's never expected to be quick. And it's really the second push lap that I think, with the track improvement, would have put us into a sensible position, unfortunately curtailed by that red for both of our cars.
How can we explain to our audience, James, you know, the track improvement? It looks the same, doesn't it? But what is actually happening out there?
So just as you sit still, there's wind, it blows various just debris and rubbish, could be leaves, could be a little bit of just dust across the track. And in fact, the first times you see the cars going across it, you can sometimes see that plume of dust being brought up. And your grip gets at its best when really the tyre is in contact with other rubber on the ground. So a couple of things happen. The first laps you're doing, you're actually cleaning away all of that debris. But also at the same time, you're laying rubber down on the track, and that's where the best grip is formed. So lap on lap, you'll see more and more rubber comes down. Even on the replays on TV that you're seeing, you'll see black lines being laid on the ground. And those are significant. It is really the effect of about a second or two in grip across this session.
So we've had a Formula 2 race since free practice 3. They're on Pirellis, though. Do they spoil the grip for the Formula 1 cars?
So the break between the two definitely causes a reset. Generally speaking, it's a similar rubber, but working in a different way. You have two cars don't use blankets, so the rubber is quite a different compound to what we have. Best grip is really Formula 1 rubber on Formula 1 rubber.
And we're getting going in 2 minutes' time. There's Logan Sargent right at the end of the pit lane. Enough tyres, you'll do 2 runs now to try and get out of Q1?
If that's what you want, Crofty, we'll get that sorted in the background.
It was kind of a question. You got the answers.
Joking aside, yeah, everyone here, certainly in our position, we've got to do 2 runs. There's enough time to do 2 runs as well. There'll be a differing program up and down the field. I think you'll find some cars doing perhaps 2 laps a week, 3 on this first run, then maybe 1 right at the end on the best track condition.
James, brilliant. Thanks ever so much. Hopefully, we'll be speaking to you during Q2 or at the end of Q2. Take care. Good luck.
Thank you.
Cheers. So we're waiting for 1 minute and 10 seconds to get going. Is that just like marks on the tarmac down at Sander Vaught?
It looks like a bit of polystyrene and stuff, doesn't it? That's come out of the. That's come out.
Yeah, there is Sergio Perez walking back in. I thought I had just enough time to have a coconut tart.
Yeah, and here's another replay of it, but Jess, the final on the 31st of May, which you're getting confused with, is the Europa League final.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough.
Some football thing. Would you look on board with Checo's crash again?
I'm not a big fan of football, but...
No.
Oh, again, we're seeing a replay, just in case any of you missed it.
It's not nice, is it? The drifting back. Oh, it's such a... Gearbox is done. Tub's probably done.
Yeah, gearbox. He's got to probably start from pit lane tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be a big thing for him
Big
then.
bump as well.
So, what do you make of that, Omi?
Hello, I'm here. Don't worry. A big crash for him, and it went very fast into the wall. Big impact with the back tire, so very bad for Perez, and definitely not what he wanted at all. Especially as obviously he loves street circuits, so definitely not what you want. Starting right at the back and losing a chance of victory, but Leclerc on the ready.
P15 starts.
So Charles will swap positions as soon as possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
To be honest, now I think it's too late. Let's keep it like this, and I will let him go. Tell him to not stupidly slow down in the last sector, but yeah, let's stay like this. It will be easier for everyone.
Drivers get the choice.
So, of course, when they change over, don't they, between Leclerc and Sainz, as all the teams do, as to who can actually get in front first and get the toe. But they've obviously released Sainz in the path of Leclerc. So Leclerc said, no, we'll leave it. Just make him go first. I'll hold up. And hope he doesn't slow down in the last sector. But look how slow they're going, Jess. They're just literally crawling out the pit lane here, all of them, because they...
I don't think they're meant to go at that speed, though.
No, they're not.
Leclerc, 31 kilometres an hour off the pit lane.
Blimey, you're right. They're already now starting to accelerate up into kilometres coming out of Sander Vaught and up Beau Rivage. 10 minutes to go then as the session is back underway here.
I've just put a close-up view of the Red Bull floor in comms chat and F1 chat for anyone in the Discord.
Fantastic. Let's take a look at this. We'll get that up. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. We'll get that up on the stream, actually, in between the sessions. So we'll get that and have a little bit of a look-sees on what's happening out there. Leclerc and Sainz closing in together as well out there on the track. So we've got Hamilton, who is in the drop zone at the moment, along with De Vries, Sargent, Sainz and Albon. Perez is currently 5th, but he's not going to take any further part in this session, so let's hope someone can beat his time as they come across the start line. Whoa, into turn 1. Hamilton's really flying by over the polystyrene a little bit, Jess, and then up Beau Rivage looking quite good, but something's tickled Josh quite funny out there in the comment box.
Just how literally everybody in every single reply of every single tweet about the Red Bull floor, at Scuderia Ferrari, at Scuderia Ferrari, at Scuderia Ferrari.
A little bit of a tip,
And
isn't it?
saying now, Verstappen is purple first sector. Lewis has just set personal best as well in the first sector. Heading towards the tunnel now goes... Is that Lewis Hamilton?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Lewis Hamilton then, as he heads towards the Nouvelle chicane as well, where quite a few people have been cutting on this game. Oh,
there you go.
Pictures have gone. Oh, there we go.
Albon! Albon fastest, 1:13.327, as we just refresh the
Where
TV
did
pictures.
that time come from? And then Lewis has gone 2 tenths quicker than his previous best, but he's green in both sectors. Russell is improving a bit as well, but Hamilton up to the line. That's surely going to put him in the top 10.
7th.
Even Sargent's ahead of him at the moment. We've got Verstappen up to the line, is going to be fastest. Yes, it is 1:30.038. Russell goes up to the line.
Yes.
This looks like a good lap. It is P2.
Finally, some improvement from Russell after being missing in action in practice 1, 2 and 3. He's back up there now in qualifying 1. Here comes the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz, who's already been on the wall once this weekend. Gets out of the drop zone by going P6. Charles Leclerc, his teammate, just behind him with a poor first sector. Fernando Alonso, though, is on everybody's lips right now as he is 3.5 tenths of a second faster as Nick de Vries goes second. 1:13.173. This first session is all about who's getting the cleanest lap time. Alonso to the line. Can he do the impossible across it? Can he beat Verstappen's time? It's a 1:12.886. Fernando Alonso shoots to the top. Tsunoda goes third. But what a time, Jess, from Alonso. 10.5 faster than Verstappen. And the first one into the 112s this weekend.
In second.
Where's this? And that's amazing. From 18th to second, 1:13.019. He beats Verstappen's time as well. Gasly goes third. Sector times improving massively now out here on the track.
It's a track evolution, Josh. It's a track evolution. We saw that in the qualifying yesterday in F2, that you wanted to be in Group B, really, in order to have a good chance in getting some good laps. And I think that's what we're seeing at the moment. And we're seeing Lewis Hamilton in the drop zone. Also in the drop zone is Sargent, Perez, obviously, Magnussen and Hulkenberg. So, well, with Perez out of the equation, we've got only 4 spots in the drop zone still to go. We'll see if Lewis Hamilton can pull it out the bag, but he can't make any mistakes.
Remember, a red flag would inside 2 minutes would cancel the session, so we need to keep this going as well and hope everyone goes clean. Hamilton is up by 1/10.5 in that first sector as he comes around Mirabeau into the Lowe's hairpin now. As we look at that, just 30 miles an hour maximum as well. It's the slowest corner on the track. It's the only corner in the world you can accurately get every other category because they all have to take the same speed through there. As we fire out now into the tunnel section, you can see the white yellow marks on the track as well, where the car's been bottoming out with the planks to come into the Nouvelle chicane. Fires it down towards the back. Hamilton's really in trouble here after a mistake in practice, but it's his old comrade as well, Fernando Alonso, who is flying in that Aston Martin right now. Hamilton, I thought he touched the wall there, just coming in through La Piscine. He was very close into Raskas as well. Yeah, and he's locked up as well to Raskas, so he's lost time here.
He's going to be in trouble, I think, Lewis, but we'll see as he goes up to the line. That could be enough to get him out of the drop zone for now. P12.
5 minutes to go in qualifying. Mercedes looking a bit worried there as well. There's Jerome D'Ambrosio alongside Toto Wolff in the paddock area. Verstappen fastest on the 1:12.644. He is 0.2 of a second faster than Alonso as well. Russell improves up to 4th, 1:13.029. Track improvement becoming massive here, as Jess said a few moments ago. De Vries goes 8th. Zhou 16th fastest as well. Magnussen and Hulkenberg on outlaps as well. Sainz is in danger, Jess. He has not got a clean lap this time around, and he's 15th. Piastri 14th, and everyone's going quicker, and he lets Leclerc go through. Stroll goes 3rd. What can they... Mike. Leclerc across the line.
Oh, my mic was on mute.
Well, here's Leclerc, P11, and he goes P3, 1:12.912.
Sorry, my mic was on mute and I completely forgot. But he did say Josh is going to be the most important qualifying session of the year. This is definitely, I think, really exciting. I think because we're not knowing who's going to be in the drop zone, and it could be anyone. No one is safe. You got to be going out again.
And I suppose as well, Josh, with Perez starting at the back, he's not going to win the race, is he, unless a miracle happens. So that could be Perez now losing that 1-to-1 streak he had with Verstappen. The zigzag we've done in the standings since the year began.
Yeah, that's going to end it. But both of the Hasses, Magnussen 19th, Hulkenberg 20th, so they've got massive work to do. 8 tenths off the pace.
Magnussen still flying through as well. He's 27 seconds in the first sector time as well. Fastest first sector though, Tsunoda, 18.927. and he's down in 8th position. Track improving massively. Hello to everyone in the chat as well. We'll get to you during the break as well as we continue to go through. Who's that just in front? It's one of the Astons blocking Magnussen there. It's Alonso who gets out of the way, and that was close as well, going through into the back. Need to have a few moments there.
Magnussen's improving by 0.4 of a second to the drop zone, so
Magnussen
where
gets
would that put him?
He's got Leclerc in front of him, so he's got to get past him.
Tsunoda's flying.
Tsunoda's he's purple first sector.
Cross the line for Magnussen. And goes 11th,
Nice.
113. Tsunoda! Yuki Tsunoda goes fastest!
Fair play.
1:12.642. He's 2000,
It's
Jess.
not a Red Bull, it's an AlphaTauri on pole. Well, not on pole, but P1.
Hulkenberg goes 12th, but look at that, Jess. He's 0.02 of a second's difference to Tsunoda and Verstappen.
Jeez.
Norris third, gets himself out of the drop zone, and this is Verstappen into Anthony Noakes as he touched the wall.
I guess he went deep.
He touched the wall.
I did ride the wall a little bit out of the last corner, but I think it's fine.
Okay, understood.
The thing is, every time you go towards one of the walls here at the track, you're literally sort of having Code Brown moments, because it's either you're going to go in or one little mistake and you're out of it. Oh, and that was Leclerc getting blocked by Sainz.
No one pushing behind.
Carlos, come on.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Not looking good there. 1:18 to go then in qualifying number 1. And, well, what's happening here? What are we looking at? Hamilton. We're waiting to pick Hamilton up on the lap. That feels like Monte Carlo, Tele Monte Carlo vibes, doesn't it? Oh, lap time deleted for Russell, but it's a 1:25. That's fine. That's nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah, that was at 10 lap 11. Yeah, that was
Hamilton's locked up! Hamilton's locked up! He's made a mistake coming into Nouveau Chicane. He's lost the lap time. Hamilton is at risk of being kicked out here of the Monaco Grand Prix. And I think that's it. Bono's looking worried. He's not going to have enough lap time and tyre data. That could be Hamilton out.
13.1 is the cut-off apparently, but surely that's going to be way more than that.
He's 13.4. Oh.
He'll get another lap in if his tyres are all good.
He did lock up.
Maybe.
Look at Russell though. Russell is, where is it? Oh, he's got a lot of traffic. The two McLarens in front of him as well, and Tsunoda's in the mix too.
Oh, he avoided that. Wow.
And Hulkenberg too. Russell's P8. He'll be taking the flag on the next lap, so
he's going to get a tow from the Haas. That should put him in good stead.
Stroll.
P3.
Oh, Norris has missed the flag. Norris has missed the flag. He won't get it to another
Norris
time.
should be fine though. Norris should be fine.
Stroll goes third. Norris, where is he on the? I can't see him. Verstappen. 1:12.386 goes fastest. Norris is P5. Sainz on the time. Bottas 16th. Zhou takes the flag in 17th. Bottas goes to 10th. And Hamilton is out. Hamilton is out at the moment. And look at Sainz. He's in the drop zone as well. Can he do anything? Hamilton's first lap time is a 19.042. He is down. Sargent goes 12th for Williams. Amazing.
Fair play to Sargent.
But Albon goes third. Albon third.
The Williams are looking so good.
Piastri.
Piastri P16.
Leclerc's in the pit lane. Hamilton versus Sainz. They're the last two. Can Piastri do anything as well? Cross the line for Sainz. 19th to 4th. Hulkenberg facing the chop. What about Hamilton?
Go on, Hamilton.
7th. Was there any doubt?
Skinner
though. Skin of the teeth. And Piastri is the one.
That put Sargent out, for goodness sake.
Yeah, Piastri goes 12th. Sargent goes out. But it's Albon third, who's the big surprise. Hamilton goes through, and Tsunoda through too, yeah, P2. Sargent out. Here's Hamilton.
Am I safe? You are safe. We'll be reusing this set. So currently P7, 4.5 tenths of Verstappen.
Oh, he's had good money out.
Oh, take a deep breath, everybody. That session was chaotic. The craziest and traffic jammiest session of the year completed. Q2, Q3 is up next. But in the drop zone, it's Sargent, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Zhou and Perez who will start this race from the back. If one thing's for sure, we've got a crazy Monaco Grand Prix in store tomorrow. with Sergio Perez starting at the very back of the field. Verstappen 2 tenths ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. What is the race day going to bring? Who says we can't have a fun race at Monaco? Tomorrow, it's going to be very entertaining. Out, once again, Sargent, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Zhou, Perez 2. Well, I don't know about you guys, but this is getting very entertaining, this session as well. There's so much waiting for it as well as we take a look at who's out in qualifying number 1, Jess, and the biggest surprise there has to be Sargent.
Yeah, because he had the lap together and all that, and Williams have been looking good in this session, so I think it's just track evolution again, which is a bit of a shame, but at least he's not last, so that's looking good. De Vries, by the way, just makes it into Q2, so he was very, very lucky.
There's a double yellow out in Sector 10, so presumably there's some marshals going out there, and now in Sector 13, so they're just going to clear up some debris as well.
Turn 8 and turn 10.
Yeah, so that's down. That is Portier and Nouvelle on the circuit. So it's Verstappen, Tsunoda, Albon, Sainz, Stroll, top 5, Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Alonso, Leclerc, top 10. And then Ocon, Piastri, Gasly, Bottas, De Vries. The last one's through. Out, Sargent, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Zhou and Perez.
I'm not surprised to see the 2 Hasses out of there.
I'm not either, to be fair. That was a... They were having difficulties in that session throughout the entirety, but I think Zhou, who was so high up, that's my surprise there too. So, as you said, Zhou in 19th place is in the Alpha, not good there. Got to be time to
But
improve.
we still got Q2.
Indeed. What's your predictions for that?
I think one of the Mercedes could get knocked out.
Which one, Hamilton or Russell? They're quite close together at the moment.
Russell.
What are you going for, Josh?
Ocon.
Let's hear from Omi in the pits. What did you make of Q1? That took half an hour to complete, and Q2, we haven't actually got a start time. Q2 will start at 16:36, so in about 3 minutes' time. So what did you make of it then as well, Omi?
A very busy one. A very busy way to start qualifying, as expected. Best qualifying of the year, track position being so crucial to all of the drivers having to have a good qualifying, which Sergio Perez hasn't, and we already know that he's starting right at the back with a lot of work to do, so he's going to have to force some moves tomorrow and go for some overtakes with some late dent, so that's what he's going to have to do. But yeah, and also I'll go for who should I go for? I'll go for Hamilton. I'll go for Hamilton out.
I think we're all thinking Hamilton out now at the moment, aren't we? That's a scary thought. Let's hear from James Vowles.
Strong long lap from Alex. I think it's probably worth pointing out that we did throw 3 sets of tyres at it, and for example, Verstappen was still on the same used set. So you can see the order shuffle a little bit now as a result of it, but irrespective, strong lap.
Yeah, take us through these tyres, because we saw Lewis struggling and pull a lap out of the bag. You know, where can you do lap, you know, a fast lap 1 and a steady one, then another push lap on lap 3?
So the tyre itself, if you corrected full track, it's the lap 1 now, which is unusual for Monaco, but lap 1 is by far the best lap. You even saw with Alex when he went out and there was debris still in turn 1, that still ended up being his fastest lap on that middle tyre that we selected, and at the end of it there, all the fast laps coming on the new. So unlike most years where you can probably exactly subscribe to a fast lap, back off, let the tyre temperature come out and push one more time, you were not able to do that this year in Monaco. And as the session grips up, as the times get faster and faster, that'll become even more evident.
So how much is that going to compromise you now, James, having thrown 3 new sets of tyres at it in Q1?
I mean, we'll have to be out on used here. You'll see the first run we do is on used. That just means that we're not really learning where the grip limit is with Alex. We're going to have to put our eggs in the basket of doing a lap at the end of the session. So relative to the likes of Verstappen, who still has pretty much a full suite of soft tyres, clearly will be on the back foot. Now, what's encouraging is obviously AlphaTauri did a very similar program to ourselves. So against, let's say, like-for-like peers fighting for that last position, the P10, actually I think we're on pretty equal footing here.
Excellent. James, thanks ever so much. We'll be back with you in a while just to back up what James was saying about the tyres. I think it took Max Verstappen 11 laps to set his fastest time to get properly in the groove.
And he did actually, just look at the tyre data, Verstappen set those times on the same compound. So he did 4 laps in the red flag, then another 7. Tsunoda changed 3 tyres. So he did 5 laps on one set, 3 on another, 4 on another. Sainz changed at the end. Stroll changed after the red flag. Hamilton, however, he stayed on set 1 and did 9 laps, and then came in and did 3 laps on the new tyres, but did, I must stress, have a little bit of a spin and locked it. So he's done 3 laps on this current set of tyres, but he could have some problems. He's going to do the first session now on these new tyres. Leclerc, I think, is going out there on brand new, so we'll double check shortly what's going on. Green light is on at the end of the pit lane, and qualifying 2 is underway for the Monaco Grand Prix of 2023. Out to the session already comes Sargent, Magnussen, as well as Hülkenberg, Zhou and Perez.
No, not Sargent. Albon.
Huh?
Albon. Sargent's out.
Who did I say? Yeah, as in out. Did I say Albon?
He said. Oh, he said Sargent going out of the pit lane. I thought.
Oh no, it's out of the session. Yeah.
Ah, right. Sorry.
Took me a second. Yeah, Sargent, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Zhou, Perez out of the session. Albon has gone out of the track though. Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Ocon are coming out there as well at the moment. As the field now sweeps back in. What's the prediction then for this one? We've already said Hamilton could go out, but who's going to top the session? Is it going to be Verstappen? Is it going to be Alonso? Or is it going to be... It's between them two for pole now with Perez out.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's could be a Verstappen top, or keep an eye on Alexander Albon, who, as well as Tsunoda, hasn't come out to play yet.
That's true, yeah. Hasn't actually changed anything yet. He's stayed out there in the sessions. So we'll have to find out where that's going to go to shortly. And fingers crossed he's going to be okay. Let's look at the sector times, and it's getting quite entertaining now at the moment as Verstappen and Russell change it up as well out here. Verstappen is done first sector time. Guess what? 18.804. for Verstappen that first sector. 18.994 for Russell in his. So there's still time to be with Verstappen now on his driver's eye, coming through the Basque corner into Portier and then through the tunnel. Let's listen to the car sing.
Wow, he is fast.
Through the Nouvelle, into to back. Second sector's looking even better, 34.148. Verstappen is completely on the fast time now. He's pushing like I never even seen before. He is finding the grip. He is finding the time. And Verstappen, I think, is about to do a 1:11.
I think he'll be first person into the 1:11 as well if he could do it. But Verstappen, here he comes up to the line.
Oh.
That's so close.
1:12.0. Fastest ever pole time here was a 1:11.376. That was set by Charles Leclerc last year as well.
Alonso, purple sector 1.
Oh, hello. And Ocon of all people, fastest second sector. Ocon. Hamilton goes third. As Albon is coming out of the pit lane. Here comes the Charles Leclerc. Second to 1:12.340. Sainz will be next to cross the line in the Ferrari. And he's looking good. Ocon. Sainz second, but Ocon behind him second. 1:12.248. Here comes Fernando Alonso. Fastest first sector. Personal best second sector. Exit now across the line. Goes second. And he's off by 0.184. But it's between Alonso and Verstappen for a pole position here. And remember, hello, tyre compounds, we can't tell. Up here in the commentary box, we've got no data on that. Alonso.
No one. The only ones that were on newer tyres was Gasly, Alonso, and Ocon.
That is true. Thank you very much, Jeff. So Verstappen must have done his on the previous set in Q1, so he's saving a set of softs
At
for
least
tomorrow.
he's on 11 lap old soft right now.
And he's still fastest.
Yeah.
And he, oh my God. That Red Bull on 11 lap old soft tyres is fastest. He saved a set of softs as well in this Q2 for Q3 probably, yeah.
Yeah, because he's going to go through to Q3 anyway, so why not save a set of softs?
If he can do that again, he might be able. To be fair, he's out-qualified Gasly, who's now second, by the way, by a tenth and a half. So I think he's pretty much safe at the moment. The gap between them is quick. But look at that. Russell 10th, Hamilton 11th, 0.06 of a second between them. And Stroll's on a quick lap as well. So Russell's going to get kicked out here.
I did say the Mercedes could be in danger. They definitely are in danger at the moment. And by the way, Leclerc was on 11 lap old softs as well, and that was 0.3 difference between Leclerc and Verstappen. So yeah, Albon's improving. I believe he's on his first lap anyway as well. So Albon, Tsunoda, De Vries, Stroll, and Hamilton are the ones in danger. Stroll is going to be 6 thousandths for safety at the moment. As it stands, a lot of traffic once again.
Tons of it in the last corner.
Oh, he's going to get a tow from his teammate.
Stroll goes 12th only. 1:13 to go. Too much traffic as we watch Alexander Albon now. 15th, flying through, was third in the first part of this qualifying session. Where can we find him coming to now? Into Anthony Noakes. Fires. Oh, he touched the wall, the exit. 100% there. He brushed it. Albon only 12th. 16 thousandths off the pace of Russell's time.
Hamilton 6 thousandths off the pace of Russell, so only 6 thousandths separate Hamilton and the safe zone.
Russell doesn't improve. Hamilton, does he across the line?
I think he is. He's going to beat Russell here, yes. P9.
By 600ths of a second. So he changes in 6 thousandths to a 600ths. And Alonso, slowest sector 1, but fastest of all sector 2.
Go on, Alonso.
He's on new tyres, 3 lap old softs as he comes across the line. Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin goes second by 69 thousandths off the pace. It's just too close.
69.
There's a lot of jokes flying around now as we see Yuki Tsunoda. This is lap time deleted.
Yeah, he looked up.
That's the reason he's got a lap time deletion there then.
Yeah.
Oh, just a snack of the break there. And he was on brand new tyres, wasn't he? No.
Who? Tsunoda?
No, he's on his old tyres. His third set.
I can't tell anymore because the date is gone.
I've got, my screen just says a 0, but I presume he's on an old set. Data screen.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, data screen needs a hit.
Yeah.
Timing screen needs a hit as well, actually, because it's a few seconds out of sync with our TV pictures. Tell you what, has everyone come into the pit lane? Everyone doing slow lap times? Yes. 1:11. 1:11.908 for Max Verstappen on old tyres that have done around 13 laps. What is that Red Bull on? I'm astonished.
Good to see quite a lot of you in the chat as well.
Hello, everybody. Reminder, by the way, about the Indy 500 tomorrow. Myself, Josh, Jess, Megan, Omi, Synthel, Adam, all in the pit lane area.
It's going to be a busy commentary box.
Well, of course, it's Adam, Synth, and Omi in the pit lane area.
Yeah.
Giving updates. Us lot on the main team.
It's going to be a record with how many people.
Was that Bottas?
Yeah, just quickly. Yeah. Apparently, Stroll has missed the weighbridge. Warren Haig F1 has just told us. And this is Esteban Ocon.
What penalty?
Touching the wall. Go on.
What penalty do you get for missing the weighbridge?
Disqualification usually, because they can't get an average weight of the car.
Is it gets picked at random?
Already.
Yeah, he's 13th at the moment.
Have they wheeled him back? This is where Stroll's onboard comes in handy. Have they wheeled
No.
it?
There is
Yes, they
George.
have. Yes, they have. Stroll has missed. Stroll did miss the weighbridge, but they have pushed him back to the FIA to take away to take a weight. I've just seen it now on our TV.
So
levels.
after they should be fine though, right?
Yeah, they should be okay. They've pushed. I'm looking now on my data screen as well. It depends whether you work on the car or ounce it back. They have ounced it back. I'm looking now on Lance Stroll's on
Hello,
board.
Russell.
3/10 faster in the first sector than Verstappen with 5.5 minutes to go. Russell now getting used to it. Stroll has been weighed and is now coming in as into the pit lane comes Verstappen. So Stroll has been weighed.
Track's evolving, I think, Josh. I think that's what's happening.
Time for
He's not improving much in the middle sector though, is George?
Verstappen was on
Saying
new
that, he
tyres. Yeah, Verstappen's on new tyres, by the way. That's what I'm.
Watch it get to 1:11.5. I can see it now.
Box. Come on, 3/10 up. Russell is.
That's 3/10
on
up,
Hamilton.
on Hamilton.
So where's that going to put him then? P7, I think.
P7, probably P8 now.
Cross the line for Russell. What time can he eke out the W14? Wow, third.
He's found a lot of time in that final sector then. Jeez.
1:12, 1:51. What about Hamilton? Oh, through the La Piscine chicane, and Hamilton almost threw it all away. Jumped the curb, really stepped out into the barrier. Hamilton pushing for all it's worth. Crossed the line, he's 11th. Does he get out? Oh, he only goes 10th. Too many mistakes from Lewis Hamilton today in Monaco. It's costing him.
No one's on a good lap time in the drop zone for now.
Apart from obviously Russell, he improved to P3. Everyone else in the drop zone has not improved.
Yeah, but at this current time.
Yeah.
Track's getting manic out there. So many coming back out on the circuit right now. One ball with Charles Leclerc, Hamilton Radio.
This way.
I feel like there's something wrong with my right rear suspension.
Yeah.
That was from FP3, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the right rear suspension's not happy. He can sense it. He's feeling it in the car. It's stepping away from him.
Tsunoda's on a lap.
Leclerc too.
Tsunoda's improving.
Where is he?
Personal best. Mini sector. It is an 18.782.
Here comes Charles Leclerc, 7th at the moment, to get himself safely through to qualifying number 3. Goes second, 1:12.103 for Leclerc. So that
You've got to be in the
mini sector for
112s.
Tsunoda.
You've got to be in the 112.3s, I would say, or 2s to get into the next part of qualifying.
This is
If
Hamilton.
you're not,
Yeah, Jess, watch this. Look through the chicane. Look at Hamilton's rear. Turns in and it just unsettles.
I've done that many times on the Formula 1 games, to be fair, with that sausage curb. They should get rid of sausage curbs.
They should.
For Christ's sake.
He bumped the barrier on the way in as
useless.
well. Look at that. Over the sausage curb.
No.
34.183 for Tsunoda, second sector. 3 purple mini sectors. He's coming up towards the line now.
Here he is. Tsunoda across it. 15th to 7th. And that pushes Hamilton
Nice.
out. Hang on. Hamilton with 2:27s in the pit lane. Is he coming back out or is that Hamilton done? Hamilton's
out.
coming back out.
He's
yeah.
out.
Well, he's going to get one shot at this. Oh, no, he's not!
Maybe not.
The McLaren of Lando Norris has hit the barrier. He's kept going, though, coming through to back, and he's knocked part of his front wing off.
I think that's probably a saving grace for Hamilton.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 minutes to go. They red flag it now. Yeah, Norris boxing. He might just
good.
get through. They haven't red. There's no red flags, which is good. But if we do go red, we won't restart the session. So this is.
Oh my God.
So Norris touching it.
Stroll's only improved to 12th, Josh.
So what's happening with Stroll? 1:12.623. He's gonna have one more crack at this as well.
He needs to find 4 attempts to get through to Q3.
Here it is, look, from Lando, coming back all the way from the Neuville. Oh, he's got a broken suspension! He hit the wall, the exit of the Neuville chicane, and he couldn't turn in. So Lando Norris has broken the front toe link coming out of the Neuville chicane and just couldn't turn coming into the back. It was a one-way ticket to the wall.
The chicane. I think he'd already got a damaged
You're right.
suspension coming
Look.
out there, look.
Because he's hit that.
You've got it, Martin. Watch, bang. So the toe links
Boom.
broke.
Yeah, and you can see it, it's Ben.
So that could be Norris out of the remainder of qualifying. Red. We're gonna what? Oh, okay. Got a traffic jam.
No, it's not. It's not a red flag. Don't panic.
It's a traffic jam in the last. Literally, it's like what?
I am seeing
Yeah,
7 kilometers an hour in the traffic jam.
Well, this is
They
ridiculous.
need to go faster. They need to go faster.
Can't get the snip. We do have time in hand, so there's no pressure. The tyres aren't ready.
That's the problem.
Negative.
This is not going to go well for Hamilton. Only 30 seconds left.
Because everything's got...
Hamilton's going to push now. He'll just get across the line. Will Ocon get across the line? That's the question. Piastri does. Ocon does too. Hamilton then going for it with 20 seconds to go. It's an all or nothing, and he's made a mistake coming out of turn one already. The rear of the car again on the suspension, sliding out.
This is not good for Lewis.
First sector time in 18.9.
He's
Massively
not
off.
improving at all.
He's up on Piastri's time, but only by 29 thousandths. He needs to have a really good one. Stroll has been noted for failing to stop for weighbridge procedure, but they did push him back, so
They
it might,
push him back. They should be fine.
might be a fine. That might be it. Checker flag is out. De Vries is out. Hamilton is could be. Stroll is out too. So Stroll, well, that's going to be really hard for Aston Martin.
Bottas is not improving, so Bottas is out as well.
Albon goes to 13, so it's all eyes on Lewis Hamilton, the last one, who could cause a problem in this qualifying session. The new W14, he's 2 tenths up. The second time in the first 2 sessions, he is facing this pressure. He is facing having to do a bonsai lap. It happened in Q1, it's happening in Q2. Lewis Hamilton out of the last corner. Is it good night Monte Carlo? Was it hello Q3? It's hello Q3. 112, 156 goes to P5, but Piastri's out, and I don't think he's improving. No.
He was so close to improving. 18 thousandths of a second, out by 51 thousandths of a second. Nick
To his
De
teammate.
Vries.
Bottas out too, so that's it. Piastri, De Vries, Albon, Stroll and Bottas out. So what an unusual top 10 we've got coming up.
Not really. Apart from Tsunoda, apart from Tsunoda and Norris, the people you expect to be there is there.
And
Both
now,
Alpines in as well.
Lando Norris gets through by the skin of his teeth, but big work now for the next, how long they got? 8 minutes before Q3 starts to change that toe link suspension. Norris might be starting 10th, but Albon starts 13th in the race.
That's a shame.
What a run. Q3 will start at 59 minutes. Past the hour.
So in 6 minutes.
Yep, there we go. There's the confirmation on the screen. Let's have a Lewis.
He is out, and they might need to look at
this
him.
car's hard to drive me.
Oh God, stop moaning.
Oh. Stop moaning and get on with it.
Yellow flag sector 10. That is, as I said, once.
Nouveau.
Nouveau chicane once again. No, sector 10. Sector 10. That is
8.
down at Portier, yeah. So Marshall's getting out there with the cars once again. Right. Q2 eliminations now up. Piastri, De Vries, Albon, Stroll, Bottas, Join, Sargent, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Zhou and Perez in the drop zone. Going through for top 10. Verstappen, Leclerc, Alonso, Russell, Hamilton, Gasly. And then we get Sainz, Ocon, Tsunoda and Norris all going through to see who's going to be top dollar bill here for the Grand Prix of Monte Carlo. Jess?
I think we could see a 1:11.5 for Verstappen.
1:11.5 going through.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. It's a big possibility, that. There's a full look at the data screen as well. Omi,
Now there's the double yellow at Nouveau.
so they're just cleaning up the track. Omi, let's get your thoughts on what happened in Q2 from the pit lane area in race control.
Another interesting one. Hamilton having to fight his way through as well there, and he was able to. Lance Stroll hasn't been having good qualifying, to be honest, lately, because I remember Miami, I predicted him to be out in Q1. He did go out in Q1. So, well, he's out here in Q2, so, and not at a circuit that you want to be out as well. It's really hard to make progress here, and Perez is gonna find out tomorrow as well. Really hard to overtake. So you want to be near the front as possible. But yeah, Red Bull looking good. Alonso might be in the mix. The Dallas is also going to be interesting, but we have a great Q3 coming up. I'm going to go now for Alonso pole.
Oh, brave.
I'll join the Alonso train now. I'll join it, okay? I'll join it.
I said Alonso.
For the first time.
Jess, what about you?
Who's going to get a pole?
Yeah.
Verstappen.
Josh, going anywhere braver?
I'm gonna have to go very, very boring and say Verstappen, but something I've noticed is that there's been no yellow/double yellow at track sector 14, which is where Norris hit the wall and where debris is.
That's true.
So they must have done that under slippery surface.
Because and also you had damage. The damage at Nouvelle was there as well. So what we're going to hear is Sky F1 come back on the air here in Monte Carlo as we look back. Because I wouldn't do that, Mum. I would not put my legs over a building with that severe a drop on the top of a mountain. That is a bit treacherous there. Okay, let's go down to the Sky Pad.
Anywhere, but we do have Stroll's on board of the incident with the weighbridge. You get to see as he comes into the pits here, and I'll try and stop it at the right moment. There we go. You got the green chevrons up there, all pointing straight ahead, but as number and the arrows go red, pointing him into the weighbridge. He goes straight on. And, yeah. Disappointing for Lance Stroll. I can't see a way they're going to get around this. And as I forwarded on, all the fans go onto the car and they start to push the car back on the jack. So clearly touching the car there, Crofty. Back to you.
Thanks ever so much, Ants. The word from Tom at the FIA, very helpful man, is that the fans are allowed to go on for safety reasons, but it will be carefully looked into. It did seem to me, Martin, even though Ant was playing at a super slow speed, that there wasn't much chance for Lance Stroll to react there. It seemed a little bit of a late call.
It did look late, yeah. I guess you've got to keep looking at it until you've gone past it, but they're not very easy things to see out of. Yeah, there are a number of mitigating circumstances, but at the end of the day, rules are rules.
And at the end of the day, will Lando Norris say, yeah, I took part in Q3, or will he just be appearing in there, unable to go out to the track? Ted Kravitz, how's the rebuild going?
Quickly, this is a 20-minute job, and they're trying to do it in
7?
Well, they've got the beginning, they've got the first few minutes of Q3 as well, so yeah, they're trying to do it in about 10 or 11. So they are pushing, they are trying to fix it. I did ask McLaren, you know, as Lando would say himself, is it broken? Yes, it is broken, but they are trying to fix it as soon as they can. The session will start, they will not be ready. One man who is ready is Max Verstappen. He trundled past me about a minute ago, Crofty, while Anthony was talking. I thought, hello, you're keen, aren't you? But it's just been serene, hasn't it, for Max Verstappen so far? He's been at one with the car, he's been driving brilliantly, he's been quickest in everything, and he's just keen to get on with it. Sat at the end of the pit lane, as you can see, so they don't look too troubled, do they, on the Red Bull pit wall? But yeah, race against time for McLaren. Got to say, well done Yuki Tsunoda making it into this this Q3 session. Not bad for Nick De Vries's teammate as well, P12, but well done Yuki, P9.
Second time this season.
I think we all agreed on that, Jess, didn't we, as well? That was a fantastic call for Yuki to get in there as well. And I think we're ready for a very unusual session. But Josh, I think you've got something, right?
Yeah, that was even though it was super slow-mo, that was a very, very late call for Lance Stroll. Even Warren in the chat saying that as well. 13 seconds left to go at the end of the pit lane.
This is why we need a mouse up here in the commentary box in order to get the driver track in the right position when we have to reset the thing. Okay, here we go then, qualifying. And the green light goes on, and qualifying number 3 is underway for the Monaco Grand Prix. Who will start on pole position? We are about to find out. So much interest, so much intrigue as well as to what we're going to see. Jess, starting with you. This is really Verstappen's to lose now, isn't it? Perez at the back, Alonso fighting with the rest. He can cruise to another Monaco win.
Well, to be fair, we've seen people make mistakes before, like Lewis Hamilton, FP3, he can't become complacent, but, you know, Verstappen, I've been impressed with his progress throughout the entirety of the weekend, so, yeah, I agree, it is Verstappen's to lose.
Josh, what about you?
Yeah, Verstappen's to lose. Don't make any mistakes, because if he makes mistakes, then chance of going into the wall, chance of not choosing the dolly, chance of being lifted up onto the crane, which means chance of everyone seeing the other Red Bull floor. And you could see in between Q1 and Q2 the look on Christian Horner's face and the look on all of the pit wall. You could see that they knew that literally everybody has seen the Red Bull floor.
Yeah.
Just to get across, by the way, Megan Birch will be joining us in the commentary box for the Grand Prix tomorrow with all their A-level exams and that lot, revision, taking priority. Yes, she's on half term, but she had an exam on the Friday, so she's taking today off. She'll be with us tomorrow for the Grand Prix and the 500. Verstappen is flying through as well as they come in towards the braking zone. Oh, he's sliding the rear coming out of the chicane area, but he's still an 18.886, Jess. He's really tight there.
Yeah, it is, but to be honest, I think it doesn't matter what he does in this part of the qualifying session, is what happens in the final part as well. But you've got to get your lap in first. We've seen what happened in Q3 last season. We don't
Ocon.
Whoa.
4 thousandths quicker, and Alonso.
In the mini sectors. I hope that's what you're looking at, otherwise we don't know what you're on about. Oh, Alonso fastest in the first sector. Oh, wow! This could be Alonso pole! Come on. Come on. Somebody just text Megan. Let's see then. What are we going to have? Verstappen. Errors on his opening lap. Across it. It's a 1:12.102. This is looking good,
Alonso's going even quicker. Purple in the middle sector. Going through the swimming pool chicane.
Fernando Alonso is after pole position number 23 of his Formula One career. Can he come here in Monte Carlo? Out of the last corner. He boots it hard. Alonso across the line. What's the time? It's a 1:11.706.
Whoa!
Fernando!
Where on earth did he find that time?
Fernando Alonso is 4 tenths faster than Verstappen on the opening lap of qualifying 3, and it's the fastest of the weekend so far. Alonso
Still
is on
had
it.
time to find in sector 3, did Fernando Alonso.
Leclerc across the line. What's his time for P6? He's second, a 1:11.759.
Sainz is improving as well.
Cross the
He
line.
can go faster than Verstappen as well. Up the line.
Oh,
1:11.735.
unbelievable.
Here comes Hamilton.
Top 3 in
He goes
53 thousandths.
7th. Alonso on provisional pole position in Monte Carlo. An absolutely astonishing time as the field continue to zoom in. Alonso 29 thousandths faster. But as we lose Jesse's camera, there's only one person who has to come in as we see Russell take a lap time and begin it as well.
Hang on a minute.
Yes, it's very good. I'm not putting it on full. It's mess with my hair. It's very good. Probably when he's actually got the podium.
Well, he's on pole position at the moment.
Pole, whatever P word it is.
This might be easy for you. Here you go. Here you go. What do you make of it, Megan?
Good man, I'm pushing like an animal.
You better get pole.
You better get pole.
Yes.
Russell's on a good lap time though.
Instead of defending like a lion, he's attacking like a lion.
Jesse's back with us in the box. Russell's on the attack.
I don't know what happened to my camera.
No worries. Megan, come on. Alonso, 1:11.706, fastest of the weekend so far. He's on it now, isn't he?
Yeah.
You have to talk a bit louder.
Yes.
Yes. Can you take pole in the next
It's
6
like,
minutes?
yeah.
Hopefully, though things change up a lot.
If Alonso's on pole position, will you stay in here?
I can't.
Fine. At least come back in 5 minutes time. Set a 5-minute timer and come back.
King.
Here comes Russell up to the line.
Russell! And goes 4th, 1:11.964. Yeah, but Megan, it's Fernando on pole in Monaco. He might win the race. Come back
No,
in a
he's
few
not on
minutes.
pole yet, Josh. Calm down.
That is true. Just checking that Megan's headset's actually plugged in. What, sorry? What? At Monaco, pole position counts, but they can say pole position counts for nothing at the moment. It does.
Well, it does at Monaco. It does at Monaco, apart from the last few seasons. Oh, is that Norris?
Yes, he's done it.
Is he going?
Lando.
Good done, McLaren.
So,
well done.
A 20-minute.
Look at the team.
A 20-minute job in around about
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, well done, guys. So,
I hope Norris to improve now. Come on, Norris.
Rod Brown says she's not interested. Well, considering Megan's favourite driver is Fernando Alonso, I'm quite surprised by that reaction, actually. Dear me, Megan's usually so animated about Fernando. Yeah, pole position. First.
Is she,
go on.
Is she here tomorrow?
Yeah, she is.
Potentially. Yeah. Oh, good. So she could do the last lap if Alonso is in the lead. Okay.
Fingers crossed. Yes, and Megan's here for the race tomorrow and for the 500 as well.
Sweet.
This is getting intense.
No, we got 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
No, 6. Yeah, 5 minutes left to go. Are people on laps already? Well, I'm not surprised.
We're on board with Verstappen. What's his sector times looking like? He's not improving. 18.7, 33.9. This isn't looking very good for Max Verstappen, actually. In fact, he's down a little bit. What's he like in the black? He's setting good mini sectors in the third. What time can Verstappen do?
Knowing him now,
across the line?
Knowing him now, he will still win the race.
Verstappen's on pole. 1:11.654. He is separated by 52 thousandths to Alonso, but as Josh said, Alonso still has time to find in that third sector. He made a mistake coming out of Anthony Noakes. This is looking good.
Someone better not crack at the last few minutes of qualifying now.
Omi's done it.
10,000 quicker than Verstappen.
So Lewis obviously doesn't hate the car anymore. He's stopped whining and he's actually going to put it on a good position. Here comes Hamilton then for a car he hates and says he can't drive. He's just got into P3.
Third, nice.
He's 71 thousandths off the pace of Verstappen. I don't believe it when Lewis says it. I don't believe Lewis is moaning. Oh wow, he's 65,000 up. What's happening? The top 4 are separated by 8 tenths. And Ocon's looking quick. Ocon's set fastest sector time. Ocon's on pole by a 10th. What?
Wow.
Yes.
Alpine, rejoice. France, rejoice. Ocon's on pole. 1:11.
France.
What is happening? What has happened in qualifying at Monaco? What about Norris with the new suspension?
Le baguette.
The L plan is working. It was Alpine earlier. Lando only goes 9th. Gasly's on a good time as well. In the second Alpine across the line. Gasly only improves to 7th. Lost down the last sector. With 3 minutes to go, it's Esteban Ocon on provisional pole position. A 1:11.553. What?
I was predicting a 1:11.5 pole position for Verstappen. I wasn't predicting that for Ocon. Track is improving a lot.
Yeah. That's Leclerc on a lap. Now he's going to bin it on this run because it's how it usually goes in a qualifying.
No, he's not.
Well, it's how
he's not. Shut up.
It is how it usually goes, isn't it, in qualifying? In qualifying 3 at Monaco, a Ferrari puts it in the wall. Twice it's been Leclerc.
Not last year. Last year it was the Red Bull.
Yeah, and with Sainz involved too.
Leclerc 77,000.
He's going for a third ever pole position in Monaco as well, is Charles Leclerc. From his 4 appearances, he's failed to finish 3 times. But he's had pole in the last 2 years. 21, he couldn't start after a crash in quali. 22.
Alonso!
Oh, yes!
First sector!
Viva! This is it! He's 2 tenths faster! This is the time! This is it! And look at Leclerc! Leclerc's up by a 10th! So much action! That was Sainz getting out of the way!
Verstappen's not improving!
Verstappen's out of time! He's out of luck! Sainz is improving in the middle sector! Leclerc crosses the line and takes pole position! 1:11.471, 82 thousandths quicker than Ocon. What about Sainz? What can he do? Across the line with P6, he goes third. 1:11.6 to
Verstappen will
go.
get another lap in.
Alonso, it's all eyes on the Spaniard. Can he take pole position in Monte Carlo? He said this was the time. He said this was the best track to do it. They said Aston can do it here. Across the line, Fernando Alonso. It's pole. 1:11.449. But what about Verstappen? Aston are cheering. Spain are cheering. Where's Verstappen? He's an 18.6.
Verstappen's not purple.
18.6.
He's 2 tenths slower. He's 2 tenths slower than Alonso. He's got to find it in that middle sector.
Without a toe for
He's
Perez.
only green now.
This could all go Alonso's way with Leclerc second, Ocon third, Sainz fourth. Verstappen relegated to the 5th place and 3rd row of the grid. Alonso might have pole position. Can he do it?
That top 3 if that stays the same.
Verstappen's middle sector, it's not looking good, is it, Josh? A lot of red sectors, 33.9. I think Alonso might have got his 23rd career pole position. 10 years since his last pole. He's going to do it in an Aston. He's 2 tenths down. Checkered flag is out. It's now or never for Max Verstappen, the championship leader. He's put it all on the line. He touches the wall. He crosses the line. It's non point. He's done it. What?
Wow.
He just gained 5 tenths and he touched the line. 84 thousandths of a second. Where did that come from for Verstappen? That last sector.
Josh. Magic.
He was down. He was 2 tenths down. What? And Megan Alonso in the pits. Megan's just walked in. What was that?
I said I told you.
I don't believe it. That was close though.
In
That
my
was
opinion,
close.
going into the entering line, good.
Can he take it? Let's see what's happened.
Oh my God, I hit multiple times. Well done, mate. Your first ever pole. That was mighty. We needed to pull that one out the back, but very lovely.
We could have gone quicker.
Megan, can Alonso still win tomorrow?
Yes, I never want Alonso to be in first position when it comes to his starting.
He's got an outside. Come here a
I
sec.
prefer it when he's in second position.
He's got an outside line though in towards turn 1 tomorrow. Can he get past Verstappen?
If he has the outside line, then that means he avoids certain things that happen on the inside line.
Cheers, thank you, Megan. Well, Jess, that came out of nowhere. 1:11.365. He's 84 thousandths quicker than Alonso in what I think is the closest qualifying 3 in years. What has happened there? He was 2 tenths down to the last corner. Where did that lap time come from? That shocked me.
Just why?
He was yellow in the 2 sectors. 18.6, 33.9.
I wonder if he was told to push it in the final sector.
His last sector was an 18.2.1, an 18.821. Alonso's was a 19.1, I think it's highlighted it as.
Yeah.
Oh. So Alonso was slow in the last sector and he just couldn't get anything out of it, but he was mega in the first 2 sectors. 2 tenths quicker than the Verstappen in the first sector, 18.4 compared to Verstappen's 18.6. Second sector, 33.8 for Alonso. Verstappen a 33.9. It's the last sector, 18.8 for Verstappen. Alonso 19.1. So that's the time when we said Alonso's got time to find the 3rd sector. He never did get to find it, and Verstappen pounced on him. Oh God! It never ends. This does it? It never ends. Aston were cheering, but best qualifying of the year. Best Q3 in a long time.
I really enjoyed that though still. That was electric. No red flags in Monaco.
Q1.
In Q3.
I was going to say, yeah, that's a good point. In Q3, we actually got to the end. First time since 2019?
Yep.
Leclerc starts third on the grid though. But Ocon P4, that's a surprise. Sainz 5th.
Quicker than Sainz.
And he was nearly pole. Just look at that. Top 4 separated by 0.2 of a second. Right.
turn 9 incident involving Norris and Leclerc noted impeding.
Oh, so Leclerc might get a grid penalty for that. Okay.
I don't know what that is, but... Oh, it's coming up on the screen now.
Yeah, impeding. Okay, well done, Jess, said dear Nat. Only one qualifying red flag. Well,
you're welcome.
Well, Will Buxton is standing by with the top 3. No, sorry, it's Lloyd Duval. Lloyd Duval.
Will, but...
Yeah, I saw Will. Okay. I saw Will, okay. Here's Lloyd Duval then with our post-qualifying interviews.
Charles, being home, not 3 in a row, but it's been a fantastic qualifying. St. Louis Gentlemen's. What do you think about today?
I'm not satisfied with P3, but on the other hand, we need to look the situation we are in with the car, and it was a very tricky qualifying, but weekend for me especially. I struggle a lot with the car. We struggle a lot on bumps compared to the other cars. So, but in qualifying, the car was a bit more alive. I was a bit more at ease with the car, and we managed to do P3 very close to the pole position. So all in all, happy, but I would have preferred to be first, of course.
Checo last year was 3rd on the grid. He won the race. Everything is possible, as you know, here in Monaco. What do you need for tomorrow just to get that extra thing to be able to win at home and to bring that trophy to your fans?
I guess a little bit more luck than the other years, but apart from that, I don't know how is the forecast. Yesterday it looked like maybe we'll have some rain, so if it's the case, everything is possible, and I'll go for it anyway, and let's see where we end up.
Thank you, Charles. Congratulations, Charles Leclerc.
Merci.
Max. Sorry.
I thought it was Alonso.
Okay, Max, excuse me. What a lap in qualifying, what a final sector. I mean, you were behind, after the first 2 sectors, but I mean, yesterday you were unhappy, after FP1. At the end of the day, you are again on pole position, your first one here in Monaco. How do you feel?
Yeah, very happy. I mean, we knew that this was going to be a little bit of a struggle for us this weekend to get everything together. Yesterday wasn't the best start, but I think we kept on improving and kept on being better. But then in qualifying, you need to go all out and risk it all. My first sector wasn't ideal in my final lap. I think turn 1 was a bit cautious, but then I knew that I was behind. So the last sector, I just gave it everything I had, clipped a few barriers, but of course very happy to be on pole here for the first time.
As you know, I mean, Monaco, you didn't have so many opportunities to try the starts so far in free practice. It's really important for tomorrow. It is what you need to win the race. And at the end of the day, even though we are in Monaco, we know that's only 44% of the pole sitter that wins. What do you need for tomorrow?
Yeah, we need a clean start. I mean, it's a short run to turn 1. I mean, in Monaco, a lot of things can happen, right? Safety car, rain, you name it. There's always a bit of chaos involved, but I think race pace-wise, the car is quick, so that is not the problem, but you just need to keep it clean and calm.
Thank you. Congratulations. Max Verstappen.
An amazing performance from Max Verstappen. Let's hear from Fernando.
You told your team that you were driving like an animal, during those qualifying. We could see it. We could see the emotion. We could see the passion. It was missing just a little bit. That final sector, actually, you were always really competitive in sector 1, sector 2. How do you feel now?
Yeah, I feel good. Obviously, pole position means a lot here in Monaco, but today Max was a little bit faster, which is a shame. But I think first row on the grid for us is quite a big thing here. As you said, last sector seems our weakest point of the circuit. Let's see tomorrow what we can do in terms of a strategy, if there is any weather coming or something, but we will try to win.
And what about those few meters, from the first row to the first corner? Do you think you have that opportunity really to go and cross that first corner P1?
I mean, it's very short into turn 1, but yeah, we have normally a good start this year. Max is a little bit inconsistent, so maybe it's one of those bad ones tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much and congratulations, Fernando.
Okay, so let's take a look at how they will line up on the grid then for the Monaco Grand Prix. It is Sebastian Vettel. Sorry, where did that come from? That's because he's on the screen. He's on my screen. That's where it's come from. Okay, so let's take a look at the grid then for the Monaco Grand Prix for 2023, not 2013. It is Max Verstappen on pole position. Alongside him on the front row will be Fernando Alonso. Second row, we'll see Charles Leclerc. He's alongside Esteban Ocon. Row 3 sees Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton. Row 4, Gasly and Russell. Row 5, Tsunoda and Norris. Row 6, Piastri and De Vries. Row 7, Albon and Stroll. Row 8, Bottas and Sargent. Row 9, Magnussen, Hülkenberg. Row 10, Zhou and Perez as well. Okay, Jess, starting with you. Red Bull lock out the front and back of the grid, but Perez having that accident is going to cost him an awful lot, isn't it, going into tomorrow?
I think him starting at the back is going to be quite tricky. No one has won from last, so I think he's going to struggle, unfortunately. But for Verstappen, I think he's going to have another win tomorrow. But what is not stopping Alonso or Leclerc taking the victory? I think it's good between those three, I think.
And Josh, we've got the rain coming in tomorrow as well, so that's going to play a factor. The wet weather at this circuit, we never ever want to see it, but 9 times out of 10 it comes. It plays its factor into it. So wet weather tomorrow is a high possibility. Could that help Fernando if it's a standing start?
Yeah, definitely. But who would have thought one crash of a Red Bull, being Sergio Perez, would hurt Red Bull for the rest of the season because of the floor being exposed. So we'll have to see how that develops. I won't be surprised if there's a lot of teams bringing a lot of upgrades in the next round.
It's going to be fun to see that as well. Okay, let's get the thoughts from Omi, who's in the pit lane as well. What did you make of qualifying number 3 and the entirety as a whole?
What a session. What a session. One of the best Q3s I have ever seen. That was great. And we all thought Alonso had it. And I already confirmed it, but it was kind of like, oh, well then Verstappen just comes and then takes it away. And no one saw Verstappen taking it. No one saw it happening. And Verstappen just took it right at the end, right at the last second. I think everyone declared Alonso already has pole. Aston Martin thought he had pole, and well, Verstappen with some magic in the last sector was able to do it. I would like probably a tiny bit of rain to get involved tomorrow, because if there isn't, I think we already know how that's going. Even though we've got one of the best qualifyings today, we already know how tomorrow's going to go. Max Verstappen wins the Monaco Grand Prix. We already know how that's happening. Anyway, a bit of rain would be good. So then we can maybe change that to Alonso, Leclerc, or anyone. Really.
Okay, I'll stay with you, Omi. Pick a winner for me.
Well, how about Josh? I get a whole day to decide, and I'll be in the pit lane tomorrow, so I tell you before that.
Okay, that's fair.
I try to do that every time. You ask me that.
All right, that's fair. Someone who isn't going to be with us tomorrow is Jess, so you're going to have to pick now, unfortunately, because you're not in Monaco, but you're out in the 500, which I think is fair, because I'm not making you do both, unlike Josh. So go on. Go on, Jess. Who's your pick a winner?
Cough.
I know. Go on.
I did play it. So I originally picked Perez, and we know Perez is going to struggle, so I'm going to change it. I predicted Verstappen pole, so I got that right. But I'm going to be bold for my pick a winner. Fernando Alonso is going to get his 33rd win tomorrow.
You took mine out of my mouth there, because I think Alonso's going to do it, you know.
Sorry, Josh.
Yeah.
Without
Alonso will win.
Yeah, because without Verstappen, having his bodyguard of Perez, that Aston is going to be quick. And in mixed conditions, quicker than the Red Bull. We saw that earlier on this year. Okay, so Josh has already said that as well. My thanks to Jess, my thanks to Josh, my thanks to Omi as well, my thanks to all of you at home for watching, for Megan for actually popping in, but I think she knew Alonso would never have pole position, so that's why she wasn't all the way around. She will, however, be in the race tomorrow, and she never wants Alonso on pole. She wants him second on the grid because it's easier to get through in towards turn number 1. So we will see how the race looks tomorrow as well. Just a reminder for everybody, we've got Formula 3 coming up at 6:55 a.m. in the morning. And then at 8:35, we've got Formula 2. And at 10:55, we've got the Porsche Super Cup as well on stream. And then our coverage begins at 1 p.m. for the Monaco Grand Prix. And then at 4 p.m, could be 4:30 p.m, depending on what time the F1 finishes. So more likely 4:30 p.m, we'll have our coverage of the 107th running of the Indianapolis 500 as well. Jess on the call with that. And it's a full box, believe me, as well. Busy day, and hopefully the return of Ian Birch and the commentary as well in some form, whether it's here in the box or over the Discord call like in Bahrain. Either way, going to be fun to have anybody in the box. So my thanks to Jess, my thanks to Josh, my thanks to Amy. Thanks to all of you at home as well. So, it was so close to being a Fernando Alonso pole position, but it was Max Verstappen once again proving that he is the king at Monaco. A fantastic opportunity in that third sector presented itself, and he took it with both arms open. He now is on top, and this was Leclerc blocking Norris in the tunnel when Norris was on a fast lap time. So Leclerc is now facing a grid penalty as well. We've just been told as well. So Alonso starts second, Verstappen on pole position, Perez at the back. It's time for Alonso to get himself back in the title fight. Topsy-turvy Monaco Grand Prix awaits. One thing's for certain, who's going to roll the dice and do best at Monaco? Bye-bye.
Where were the white flags?